Hello, welcome to the video guys. Today I'm going to be creating you a tutorial on how to create AI agents for mental health. And the reason why I came up with this idea is because I think that the mental health space for AI is interesting. I think it's a little bit of out of the box thinking because you're going to say, oh, who's going to talk to a AI therapist or whatever. But I think there's one emotion where this kind of just bends the rules a bit. And that emotion is anxiety. And why anxiety out of all the emotions that I could have done, right? Like, why this emotion? I think one of the reasons is because you can't really control it, right? It's unpredictable. It can happen at any time, at any place, anywhere, right? So I think just having an agent that you can have 24/7 to reduce any amount of anxiety, even the smallest, is valuable because the problem with anxiety is that you can't calm it down. Like, you can't control the motion. So if you can reduce it by the slightest, that's a huge win. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how anxiety kind of just happens and basically how to create the chatbot to solve that problem. So here's the problem. Everyone is addicted to iPhones, right? Cell phones, whatever. The problem with cell phones is that it creates this overload of information, and because of that you kind of procrastinate because you're like, oh, I'm learning so much, but then you don't do anything. And anxiety mostly stems from just not knowing the future, just a lack of action. Because let's say you procrastinate and you're supposed to take this big test. You procrastinate. That big test happens. Boom, you're super anxious because you didn't do anything for your future. And that's the reason why you're like this. And I think the best way to solve this problem is to fight fire with fire, right? Because if cell phones and procrastination are the reason why we get anxiety, maybe we should create something with the technology that's in our hands 24/7 to solve this problem. And this is exactly what this bot does. So as you can see, the person will have a panic attack, the AI will calm them down, and then the person can live with technology and be free with anxiety. So how does this all work? So a couple things to keep in mind is that I'm going to be using an app by the name of Tulio to basically have this hotline number that they can call. And later on in the video, I'm going to call this number and you guys are going to see the agent that I have built, right? And the reason why I think people are more open to a cell phone call than AI is because most people don't even know what AI is for the most part. So when the agent you're calling, it seems like another person you either trust or is a family member of yours, right? This is a really cool concept because I don't think people can tell the difference, honestly, which is pretty insane. But moving on to more of how do we create such a thing. So basically what I have installed is a couple techniques for this chatbot that I am using for myself, or agent, which is having a role having a task levels and communication strategies for each level of anxiety. And this is super important because I think a lot of people uh, don't really realize that you need to have levels with your AI bot because not all people are going to experience the same emotions, right? There's this famous quote by the police that I am a bottle that washed up the shore, and thousands of people also wash up the shore because they are trying to find someone to connect with. And it kind of just really throws you off because you realize, oh, wait, I'm not the only one going through this. Billions of people are going through this. And that's the same with any problem, any issue. So, with that being said, here's how this prompt works. So basically, with low anxiety, the AI will act as a chatbot just to calm you down, just talk about what's in your mind. As you increase the anxiety levels, it will go deeper into breathing techniques so the client can feel in control and basically reduce the amount of anxiety that they have. And the cool part about this is that you can just go in so many directions with this. Trust me. And I think that this is the future of AI because I think chatbots are just so easy to build nowadays. But VAPI is a little bit more complicated because you have to perfect the agent to sound human. You have to make it ask questions to reduce the problem that they're experiencing. And number three is that there's not a ton of examples of this online. I'm like one of the first people to do this. There's people who had the idea, but as far as I know, I'm one of the first people to create a YouTube video on fixing anxiety with a chatbot. Super cool. And then lastly, you basically set this up by the conversations. And forgive me if I'm all over the place. This is just how my mind works. But if you find any errors or problems with your bot, just apply the notes down here. So it can just correct them and basically just do what you say, or just do what you say, right? And basically, we're going to say a prompt like, hey, help me with my anxiety. It's pretty bad, and I want to know in the points. All right, so obviously this is a example because I really want you to do this for yourself, right? Kind of just get the idea so that you can be creative with this and do something on your own. Because I think that especially now in this AI space, there's so many freebies, right? Because it's great when people give you a helping hand. I think this prompt is just really helpful just to set up your mental health bot. But I think it's important to also just like create work that's yours because I see just so many people just copying and pasting all these AI solutions, and I'm like, dude, let me just create something unique so it just stands out from the billions of copycats and whatnot. So as you can see, its role is a virtual assistant. Its task is basically providing support, copying strategies, monitoring progress, encouraging professional help. Because obviously, this is not going to cure your anxiety. This is just an asset for people with anxiety or therapists. So you have just all these techniques, and it's pretty cool to see, right? Because it's kind of just doing all these notes for itself. And this is the beauty of ChatGPT. But now I want to show you guys my panic attack agent. And if you are not familiar with BAPI, I have a video in the top right. I will kind of just explain basically how to set it up and everything. So now we're going to be more focused on the result because this is a pretty cool concept to see live. So we shall begin.
Hi there, my name is Maya. I'm here to listen. If you're anxious today,
Yeah, my heart is beating on my chest. Can you help me with my anxiety?
I'm really sorry to hear that you're feeling this way. Let's take a moment together. Would you like to try a breathing exercise to help calm your heart and mind?
Yes, that would be great.
Let's begin. Please sit comfortably and keep your back straight. Now gently place the tip of your tongue against the rigid tissue behind your upper front teeth. First, exhale completely through your mouth, making a whooshing sound. Now close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose to a count of 4, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Hold your breath for a count of 7, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. Now exhale completely through your mouth, making a whooshing sound to a count of 8, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. Let's repeat this cycle a couple more times. Ready? Inhale, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Hold 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. Exhale, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling pretty good.
That's wonderful to hear. I'm glad you're feeling better. Would you like to continue with some more breathing exercises? Or is there anything else on your mind that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, I want to talk about my day.
Of course. I'm here to listen. How was your day? What happened that you'd like to share?
It was pretty good. I just got done with a couple of tests and I passed them all.
That's fantastic. Congratulations on passing your test. That must feel like a big relief. How did you prepare for them?
I did a couple of just study sessions for these tests. That was pretty cool, to be honest. And the great thing about AI is that like there's so many directions to really take this, right? And that was a example. Obviously, it had a little bit of delay, but it it did its job. It was nearly perfect. I even feel calm right now. And the reason why I think I created this in the first place is because I felt anxious, right? I was at a family dinner and I was with some of the closest people that I have known all my life. And I got super anxious. I didn't know what to do. And I'm a person who listens and reads podcasts, self help books, kind of just helping with anxiety and just mastering it. And no, it does not matter. It does not matter how many books you read or how many self-help books, you're still going to experience this. So I think this is something valuable to almost everyone. And it just makes so much sense. If we have our phones with us 24/7, we should have a AI therapist, at least to deal with the problems we're facing currently. Obviously, always seek professional help, but you can just see the value in this. Those breathing exercises just helped a ton. But anyways, guys, this has been a really cool demonstration. I wanted to kind of just put this out there to show you guys what I've been doing behind the scenes. I can basically go more into detail with the anxiety agent and a bunch of make.com functions, but this was a pretty interesting video to make. So I want to just say thank you guys and take care.